This is the plaintiff, Adriana Ruggieri. She says she purchased a very sick puppy from the defendant's Puppy Mill pet shop, and he refuses to do the right thing and reimburse her for the dog's vet bills. Bottom line, he knew he was selling her a very sick pup, and it's his responsibility to pay the cost she's incurred to make the pup healthy again. She's suing for $2,852.96. Just that amount. This is the defendant, Rocco Garudo. He says, first and foremost, the plaintiff is a shakedown artist. He sells 25 to 30 dogs a month, has been in business 31 years, and does not, he repeats, does not get his puppies from puppy mills. The plaintiff thinks she can beat the system, but she won't win here today because he's done nothing wrong or illegal, and that's a fact. He's accused of intentionally selling a sickly pup.
Okay, you better have something as cute on your side as what she's carrying. All right, Adriana Ruggieri? Ruggieri. You are suing Fancy Puppies, represented here by Rocco Garudo?
Yes.
You're the owner?
Yes, sir.
Okay. For $2,852.96 because, according to you, he sold you a sick puppy and you incurred all kinds of vet bills. And really, according to you, you're saying it was a deceptive practice on his part. Okay, go ahead.
Well, on January 20th, that evening, I went into Fancy Puppies and I saw this puppy and I purchased
What kind of puppy is it?
She's a Morkie. She's a mix between a Maltese and a Yorkie.
Okay.
So I purchased her.
I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I'm sorry. Is she friendly?
She
Get
is.
nervous? Hi, babe. How old is she?
She's 5 months old.
Is she going to get much bigger than this or not?
Just-
No.
This is it?
Well,
Oh my
a
gosh,
few
I'd be
more-
afraid I'd step on her. Oh, you are just too cute. Yes, you are too cute. Okay, sorry, okay. All right, that's out of me. Okay, good. Okay, so you see her, and for obvious reasons, you fall in love, and you decide you're going to buy her. The purchase price of the dog was?
$950.
$950, okay?
So at the end of our transaction, Nicole, who was there at the
Is
time,
Nicole here? Okay.
mentioned to me that she's just getting over a cold, and
The dog is, not Nicole.
The dog is
Okay.
just getting over a cold, and she gave me some antibiotic.
Okay,
and
step
said-
on up, Nicole. Okay.
And mentioned that just finish the antibiotic and she'll be fine. And so I asked the question, well, when is the follow-up visit for the vet that prescribed the medication? And she said, you don't have to see a vet. You can just come back on Tuesday. There's an assistant here who's a vet assistant, and you can have her see the vet assistant. And I said, okay, I didn't think anything of it. and
Okay,
I
let's
took her
stop
home.
1 second. The purchase of the dog takes place on what day?
January 20th, 2011.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you're the one who sells the dog?
Yes.
And you tell the plaintiff about a cold that the dog
The
has?
dog was just getting over a cold. She had about 3 or 4 more days left of the medication.
Okay, but what's the medication for?
Antibiotics
For what?
for a
It's
cough.
more than a cold, right?
It's a cough.
So she has kennel cough?
Yes.
Is that what they call it? And how is, talk to me about kennel cough. What is that?
Kennel cough is something that they can pick up in the air. It's usually airborne. And what it is, it's like you and I catching a cold and being in the same room together.
Okay.
When we have a dog, we put it on Claramox.
Okay, so you tell her about that. Is that in any of the written paperwork, by the way?
No, actually.
But you don't deny she told you that because you're the one who told me about it. Do you have your written paperwork?
I do.
Can you hand that to my bailiff?
It was told to me that she just had a cold. And I have documentation that I received from Fancy Puppies.
Okay, so what happens?
So I take her home, and it's evening time, so I put her in her bed, and the whole night she's coughing. She sounds like my grandfather who's dying of emphysema. The way she was coughing, she was choking on mucus. I couldn't sleep all night. I kept on going into the kitchen where I had her bed to make sure that she wasn't choking, to make sure she was breathing. She had mucus coming out of her eyes and her nose. And at that point, after that, I thought, she can't see just an assistant. She needs to see a licensed veterinary doctor.
Okay.
So I decided to take her to the animal hospital.
Okay, but you should be, anytime anybody spends $900 on a dog, they can spend $100 on a vet. Okay, so anytime you buy a dog, you should be deciding to take it to the vet anyway, to check it out and make sure there's no congenital defects and nothing wrong with the dog that triggers rights on your part, according to the law. So you take the dog to the vet, and what does the vet tell you?
The vet examines her and says she's very sick. First of all, he said that she has kennel cough, which I was assured all she had was a cold when I purchased her. She has kennel cough. He immediately issued an unfit for sale certificate.
Okay.
And he also said that he was taking some fecal...
Now, an unfit for sale certificate, that's what triggers your rights under the law. Did you know that at that moment?
No,
or?
I was ignorant of any of these laws.
Okay, well, but the vet isn't. And when the vet gives you this, does the vet explain to you, you have X number of days, you can return the dog, you can exchange a dog,
Yes.
you can keep the dog and get your vet bills paid?
Yes.
Does the vet... Okay, so you get the certificate, and what do?
So the next day, I brought the certificate, and Nicole was there again. And,
Okay.
And
So far you haven't dealt with her?
Not yet.
Okay, so Nicole, and are you two related?
No.
Okay, so go ahead.
She brought the papers in, and I told her that the vet put the dog on the same exact medication the dog was already on.
Okay.
The vet put the dog back on Clavamox.
Okay, let me see your vet bills.
I have them
Is that
here.
this? Okay. Okay, so your vet bill on 124 amounts to $156.25, correct?
Correct.
Have you included in your lawsuit the dog's rabies shot?
Yes.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
It was in there.
Okay, so here's a certificate of unfitness that you receive on 124. And what it says is it's a form. This is actually pretty organized on the part of the animal clinic. And what it says is it's health condition, temporary, can be cured, estimated fee to cure the animal, $100 to $250, which it ends up being. Okay, so, but you're suing for almost $3,000. So what happens?
So after
By the way, and the
I'm sorry.
diagnosis is that the dog has kennel cough. Okay, so go ahead.
Okay. So the next day, the veterinary, the animal hospital calls me and says both of the tests came back positive, 2 for Giardia and 1 for Isospora.
Okay.
So then I had to go back to the vet and get more additional medications.
Now you have a $156 bill and a $75
Right.
and change bill. All right. So what happens? What are the discussions you're having with them?
Okay, so I didn't understand that the doctor had prescribed the same antibiotic that was given to me from the pet store. So when I spoke to Nicole, she explained that to me. It's the case, and
What,
he
can
said,
I just ask you a question that I'm trying to understand? Why is that the case? And I guess I should direct it to you because she's an employee who does as she's told, I guess. But why are you
Yeah, but
selling the dog?
she's also a vet tech.
Oh, you are?
Yeah,
Why are you
she's
selling a dog that has kennel cough?
Well, I told her that the dog still had 3 more days left of the medication.
So why don't you just keep the
that
dog for 3 days?
She wanted to take the dog home.
Why don't you say no?
We gave her a choice.
Why do you give her a choice? You know you're here because you gave her a choice, right?
Exactly.
So it's a bad idea. Why don't you not sell a dog that's unfit for sale? You understand what I'm saying? Like, you shouldn't sell the dog. Your argument to me is what we told her, but maybe you just shouldn't be in the business of selling the dog yet and wait the
Ron,
3
may I
days.
say something?
Yeah, can you respond to that? No, wait. I want you to respond to that.
A lot of times a dog will catch kennel cough to the point where they don't eat, they become listless, and of course we put them right in the infirmary because
Okay.
we are a puppy store.
Okay.
Okay? I took this dog home for 4 days with me
Okay.
in my house with my 2 little Shih Tzus. She was fine. She
Okay.
ate, she pooped, she ran, she played. She was on her medication. When I brought her back to the store, I know exactly what you're saying. If the dog still had kennel cough, why'd you sell her the dog?
Right.
We told her, let us keep the dog for 4 days.
No, it's
know
see,
you
why do
did.
people
No.
do this? Well, I tried. I told her I didn't want the money. Yeah, but you took it. Like, you know, I don't understand. Just you have responsibility, and the responsibility, my estimation is, don't sell the dog if the dog's still taking antibiotics. But anyway, you did, and you told her about it, and you felt like morally it wasn't wrong
Yeah,
because
and
the dog was pretty good.
I felt bad when Nicole said she's got a bill for $156. I don't know who I spoke to, whether it was John or Stacy, but I made a check out for $156. She agreed to come down and pick it up. She never did. She called. Yes, she did. She called the store and
Yes,
said
she
to the
did
store,
what?
"I'll be there tomorrow. I can't make it." She never showed up the next day. We have the check here.
Okay,
So
let
she
me
never
see the check.
So she never made an attempt to pick up her money. The next thing I know, she doesn't want $156. She wants $2,400.
I have the same curiosity he has. I want to know how you get from $156.75 to $3,000. That's what I want to know.
And welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. Are there problems buying dogs at pet shops?
Yeah, a lot of the dogs come from puppy mills and they're bred too many dogs.
So what's the problem with that if they are?
Yeah, you get overproduction and you got to euthanize whatever's not sold.
Okay, well, you're saying that's the pet shop issue. What's the problem with buying them? I'm not trying to rag on pet shops, but what's the problem with buying them at pet shops sometimes?
You don't know if they're full bred or you don't have certification, paperwork on the dogs.
Yeah, there are also some inbreeding issues, possibly, so we're going to get into that. We're going to go into the courtroom first.
After I realized that they weren't cooperating, I went online and I communicated with an agency called the New Jersey Consumer Against Pet Shop Abuse. She asked me to fax over to her all of the documentation that I received from the pet shop. I did. When she responded to me, she said they're in violation of this, and they've omitted certain verbiage from the certificate of agreement.
That they omitted certain verbiage on the announcement of your rights to you in the purchase documents.
Notification of consumer rights.
Right.
And not only did they omit certain verbiage, but they also deceitfully combined it with a document that was called a sales agreement. So not only were they omitting
Okay, but ma'am, how does that entitle, what I'm trying to understand is how do you make a $200-something case into a $3,000 case?
Okay, so after that, then she recommended that I speak with the Middlesex County Consumer Affairs Department. So I did. And when I mentioned Fancy Puppies, they said, oh, we have so many complaints against this store that we ourselves are filing a consumer fraud case against them.
Have you had problems with this organization? With
I've had last year, ma'am, out of 310 dogs, I had 13 complaints.
Okay.
I mean, I can't make 300 people happy, but if I can make 95% of them happy, I must be doing something right.
Okay.
And here's what she said: she never signed her rights that she said she never got.
No, she doesn't say she never got them. She says that you're omitting certain paragraphs.
They're
in
right
it.
here.
I know, but I have it. She's saying that in it you're omitting. And I'm going to hand to you. You know, you can look at it and look at the law and figure out whether there are things missing or not. I'm not here to give anybody legal advice. I'm here to rule on this. And I got to tell you, from what I'm hearing so far, I have yet to hear what your problem is that makes it a $3,000 case.
Okay, because based on consumer fraud, the consumer on basic everyday products, they're entitled to 3 times the amount.
If you prove deception, fraud and deception, what are you proving? Your dog had kennel cough, they told you the dog had a cold. Your doctor gave the dog the same medicine they had given you. What is it they did that means that I got to slam them with you keeping the dog, them giving you twice the purchase price of the dog, twice the vet bills, twice this, twice that, which is like a punitive slapping them in the face kind of thing for the horrible deception they did? What was their deception?
They omitted certain verbiage in their notification of consumer rights. They also
apparently the Middlesex Consumer Rights Fraud Division doesn't even care about that because you haven't heard peep from them, right?
We're not notified.
Okay.
You're the only one.
All right, here we go. We're done. We're done, folks. You are entitled to $231.68 in vet bills. That's the 150. Actually, wait a minute. I got to take out the rabies shot. Hold on. Did you look at the vet bills?
We actually, in our contract, we don't cover any type of
Your Honor,
parasite.
Hold on. You can't talk over each other. What? I don't care that you don't contract kind of bad. I care what the law is. And if it turns out that the dog had Giardia, is that how you pronounce that? Then no, you can't sell the dog with that. And the dog was there the day after you sold him. So I don't care that in your contract you say that. That's part of the problem. Your contract can't conflict with the law. All right? So no, that's not. From what I'm looking at here, the one thing that I see that you shouldn't be charged for is $21 for the rabies shot. Because all the parasite stuff you will be charged for. Is there anything else?
I don't mind that. That doesn't bother me.
There's vet bills on 315, 317, 321. And those 3.
Those are follow-up visits because she's still positive for Giardia.
Your total vet bills then are $366.18. Is that correct?
That sounds
all right. Minus the $21 for the rabies shot is $345.18. That is what you're entitled to. And I find in your favor in the amount of $345.18.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, he said 95% of the time things go well, but this was one of the 5%. So what's your reaction to the outcome here?
I'm very happy with the outcome. The girl was looking for something for nothing. She bought a dog. She inflated bills. She lied. Okay? We try to do the right thing. We try to help our customers. And
you going to make any changes at this point about
we're going to have to make
what
some
dogs
changes in the contract. It's
the
not
contract?
The dogs. There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, no, I was going to just ask you if you're going to let a sick dog out of the shop anymore. Or insist that they stay until they're well, and then
We could have insisted, that we could have done. We should have insisted that the dog stayed another 4 days.
So what are you going to do in the future when this
Well,
situation
that's what we have to
comes?
do. We can't allow it to be compassionate towards people. We have to keep the dog until we're 100% sure, and then we release the dog.
All right, right down there.
Thank you.
All right, so come on in here. So did the dog enjoy the case?
She did. She did very well.
And how about you?
I'm pleased. I'm pleased.
Yeah. Why'd you try to jack your case up to $3,000? What are you doing?
No, based on what was told to me by Consumer Rights, Consumer Affairs, it was a recommendation. So I followed the recommendation.
Okay, just leave the dog with me and you go that way, okay? Harvey?
Real important when you buy a dog to read the contract. I'm not ragging on pet shops. All I can say is I'm really big on adoption because I'm telling you, when you adopt a dog, they never, ever forget. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.